Hey everyone, welcome to Viper Pit episode 4. Today we're going to talk about driver training and what I do to prepare for races, and also what I tell new drivers to do to get around the track without crashing. So if that sounds good to you, let's go over to the track and get started. So here we are at the track, and we're just going to say we just went to a race. This is a brand new layout we've never been on before, and the first thing you can do as a new driver or a new to the track driver is just cruise around the track at a monotone speed and just take it up until you crash, basically. This is learning the threshold of the track. Okay, so there's the threshold, about half throttle. So if you need to do that a couple times to find it, so at a monotone static trigger, we're running about a 3.7, 3.8 without crashing. So now what you can do is just on the straightaway, just bump it and return to your monotone. Now we're running 3.4s, 3.5s. And believe it or not, that's about what we run on a race, actual race lap on this track, is about a 3.4. So for a new driver, that's exactly what you want to be doing, is hold the car monotone around the track, make sure it isn't coming off, and then on your straightaways, just bump it. You can watch my controller. And we're not crashing right now. We're running really comfortable 3.4s to 3.6s right now. And that will win you races at a club level. All right, so now that we got the hang of that, we'll speed up a little. We're gonna go over to the computer here, and we're just gonna set up a quick 20-lap race. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a 20-lap race. Oh, we gotta have at least 2 drivers for this. That's okay, we'll just mimic that we have. We'll just say we have 4, who cares? Okay, start dash, disable tire and fuel management. Okay, Amanda, if you wanna hit start dash for me, so I don't have to run around like a dork. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is, to start off this driver training, I set up a 20-lap race. Our median in practice was about, let's say it was a 3.6. So I'm gonna try and go 20 laps without crashing with an average of a 3.6 lap. And that's how we're gonna start our driver training today. So go ahead and hit that, Amanda, for me. Thank you. Oop. So I crashed, so what I'm gonna do is clean the tires real quick. Oops. And I'm gonna reset the race, start over. So go ahead and pause that and abort. Abort dash, yes. Start dash, oops, Gotta add drivers again. But this little bit of work, I'm having to stop and do this right now. This is gonna make me not crash, hopefully, the next time. And if I crash again, then I'm just gonna have to learn the hard way again and not crash and reset the whole race again. So the kicker is when you get to like 18 laps and you crash and you almost made it, but that's where the training comes in. That's what we're doing here. So go ahead and start that for me.
Ready.
All right, so 20 laps, 3.6 average. Oh, got no power. All right, so we're gonna do a 20 lap race. We're going for like a 3.6 average here, and I don't wanna crash again because I don't wanna reset it, so let's go.
Ready.
When you're doing this too, watch the track, don't watch the monitor, because you'll crash. You gotta fight that feeling to look at it. Okay, so there's our 20 laps, didn't crash. Looking for about a 3.6 average. What do we got? Let's see. Get to the other screen, I hope.
Dash over.
Okay, so here are our results. Median lap was a 3:54.6. Average lap's what we're looking for. 3:54 with a 7. So right there, almost at a 3.6. So I did a little bit better. Fast lap 3:36. That was an accident, but that could have been a crash lap. So that's bad. But so this is what I'll do. I'll do this 4 or 5 times on the 20 laps, going for a 3.6 average. And once I master that, I'll set my average. I'll want to go to maybe a 3.5, and I'll go a little bit faster. Do that a few times without crashing, go to a 3.4, and just work your way down to what the average lap people are running during the races. Don't let qualifying, don't let practice scare you or intimidate you. I mean, I can run a qualifying lap on this track of about a 2.89 or a 2.9 in red. But I'm not running that during the race. I'm running about a 3.2 to a 3.3. So ask the track owner, say, do you have any past results? And look at the past results. I guarantee you that average lap's gonna be a half a second above probably what the qualifying laps were. So what we can do is, let's do the next segment of this. Let's pretend I did that 5 times, and let's race again. And I'm gonna try and get an average lap of about a 3.4 without crashing. So Amanda, if you wanna hit race again once I set the car back up here and clean the tires. And you don't have to set up a race on the computer to do this. If you're a new track and practice, just run your own little race inside your head, do 20 laps without crashing, and and it'll tell you the median lap time on the farthest right column of the monitor there. So, all right, Amanda, I'm ready.
Ready.
So these are just real easy driving through that technical section, and I'm about 3/4 throttle through the rest of the track, and then I'm just goosing it just a little bit on the straightaways. Give it a little one out of that quick sweeper right there, and we're running about 3/4s, 3/5s. We're at halfway there. Don't get cocky. I mean, I feel myself, I'm getting amped up, and I'm only making this little video for YouTube, but racing's racing. I want to go faster. You can hear the car. I'm just goosing it just a little bit out of this turn right here to get it down that straightaway, and I'm coasting through that U-turn right there. And there's 20. Okay, so we're looking for a 3.4 average. What do we got? Right there, so 3.399. I could ask for just a little bit better of a thousandths more would be a 3.4, but that's right where I wanted it to be. That's getting more into the, I'm using a lot more trigger on that to keep it happy, but not too much though. I mean, I'm still not full on racing. I'm just using like a $50 Professor motor controller with the brake off. I could put the brake on and charge it down that straightaway into that turn more, but I'm gonna crash if I do that. We could do a little bit more. Let's do another one, and I'll try and do, let's try and do a 3.3 average, and that's probably about, that's the fastest average we probably could have. Oop, race over here. Here we go. So this is about as comfortable as I can be without crashing. I'm sort of up in the air about if I will crash or not, but I think I'm at a pretty comfortable pace right now without crashing. Halfway there. I looked at the camera on that one. Okay, and there's the race. Notice I am in red. Red's the hardest lane on this track. Yellow's pretty easy compared to red, but red is definitely tough because of this right here. The car drives right off of that lane right there. So I'm basically carrying speed through there, and I'm letting off about at the power tap, and I'm letting the car coast through there until it's all the way completed the turn, and I'm getting back into it up that S section. Like I said earlier in the video, if you find that median speed where you won't crash on this track, that corner is that is the speed that you're gonna go. So whatever speed you can go without crashing on that corner, you're gonna win races on this track in red. So what do we got for average? 323 average, 314 fast lap. So that's probably the best lap I could do, lap average I could do on this track. That's gonna beat pretty much everybody we're gonna race on this track. You don't crash, you win races. So all I can say is choose the hardest lane when you get to the track. put whatever car you're gonna be racing on there in. This is just one of our IROC cars I was racing here. But put the car you're gonna race on there, choose the hardest lane, and just practice. Practice makes perfect on anything. That's what I do every time we go to a new track. If we run this track backwards, I'll do the same thing. I'll just start out by finding that constant speed that it's not gonna fall off on the tightest turn on, and then working my straightaways, power into that, and then carrying more speed through the sweepers and the turns that I know it's not gonna crash on after that. Just chipping away at that number. We started out at a 3.6, just carrying constant speed around the track and goosing it on the straightaway, and then just adding a little bit more finesse through these corners, giving it a little hit through that quick shoot right there, and then giving it the little hit through the straightaway. And that's all it takes to do a 3.2, 3.3 average. Let's go back over to the couch and we'll talk about it. All right, so we just got back to the lounge area here, and that was a lot of fun. I like teaching new people how to drive. I was showing Amanda how to do that earlier, and that's what inspired this video actually. And that's what we did today, is what I do every time I go to a new track or we build a new layout here at the shop. You find the fastest way around the track without crashing is sometimes the slowest lap during the race, but if you don't crash, you don't crash. I don't know a statistic on this, but I would say personally the average turn marshal takes about 2.5 to 3 seconds to put a car back on the track, maybe more. But if you think about 3 seconds to put a car back on the track, that's a whole lap with what we were just doing. And if you're running, or if the fastest person on the track's running 3.5 just to make math easier, and you have 10 laps left in the race, you're gonna have to make up one lap, you're gonna have to make, what, a couple tenths faster than him every lap without crashing. So you start to get into a sticky situation where you have to push your limits of what you're comfortable with to make laps back. And I guess that's where you just decide where, do I stay on the track and settle for second or third, or do I go for it and try to win? And that's up to the racer to decide. But if you follow these tips today, I think you could learn something from it, and I hope you do. This is what me and Dan do every time we go to a new track, so it works for us, and hopefully it works for you. But hope you enjoyed the video today, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.